Right now at noon, President Trump is talking about the new Mexico deal to avoid tariffs. We'll tell you what we know about the agreement. And Wisconsin is celebrating its unique role in women's suffrage. We'll tell you how.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning into News 3 Now on this Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. Nice day out there.
Yeah, it really is. We started out with a blanket of cloud cover this morning. That's now moving off towards the east, leaving us with more blue sky out there. Beautiful picture looking west from the station. As I like to call out, the decorator clouds are certainly in place. That just means they're not going to cause any rain. They just make for a beautiful day. Here's the overall blanket of cloud cover. That's moving over the east. Notice Michigan and other parts of the Great Lakes covered in cloud cover right now. That's also where the rain chances are going to be. So for us, we are looking at a dry sky right now. I believe that's going to be the theme as we go through the rest of this afternoon as well. We are watching the temperatures. They're comfortable right now into the low 70s and upper 60s. Janesville at 72. We're at 68 right now in Madison. I think we're going to warm up towards 73 to 74 degrees as we go through the rest of this afternoon. And again, that's with the clear sky. So perhaps you want to have that outdoor dinner. This is definitely the afternoon to do it, but we're tracking more rain chances. Our forecast gets a little more increasingly damp as we go through the next couple of days. Mark, I'm breaking that all down in Maine weather.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. Madison police are looking for a driver after a bicyclist was hit by a vehicle last night. It happened at the corner of East Washington Avenue and Lean Road around 10:45 Sunday night. The 21-year-old female bicyclist was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Officials are checking traffic cameras in an effort to identify the car and track down the driver. About 400 Wisconsin National Guard members from the 1st Battalion 128th Infantry will be deployed to Afghanistan. Soldiers from the unit based in Eau Claire will mobilize this summer. They'll provide security for coalition forces in Afghanistan. The unit includes companies from Menominee, New Richmond, Rice Lake, Arcadia, Onalaska, River Falls, and Abbotsford. The 128th Infantry has previously served in Iraq in 2004 to 2006 and 2009 to 2010. Wisconsin is celebrating its unique role in women's suffrage. Right now, there's a ceremony at the Capitol celebrating 100 years since Wisconsin became the first state in the country to officially ratify the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. A ceremony is also unveiling the state's original 19th Amendment document. Speakers include First Lady Kathy Evers, members of the Wisconsin Historical Society, and descendants of women suffragettes. David Ortiz, the longtime baseball slugger better known as Big Papi, is in stable condition after he was shot in the Dominican Republic. In surveillance video, a motorcyclist approached Ortiz from behind and shot him in the back. The bullet went through Ortiz's lower back and out his stomach. Another person with Ortiz was shot in the leg. Another person was also wounded. A crowd of people attacked the suspected shooter outside the bar, beating, kicking, and threatening him. Ortiz's father said his son was resting and the bullet did not hit any major organs. Doctors expect a full recovery. The U.S. and Mexico agreed to a deal Friday night that is meant to stop the flow of migrants coming to the U.S. and avoid tariffs being placed on products being imported from Mexico. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Trump is touting the immigration deal the U.S. struck with Mexico in order to avoid tariffs. Mexico has agreed to accelerate its National Guard presence on its southern border starting today. It has also agreed to expand a program requiring asylum seekers to remain in Mexico while their claims are processed in the U.S. President Trump called into CNBC this morning.
This is something the U.S. has been trying to get for over 20 years with Mexico. They've never been able to do it. As soon as I put tariffs on the table, it was done. It took 2 days.
President Trump says another immigration deal with Mexico has already been signed, tweeting, "It will be revealed in the not-too-distant future and will need a vote by Mexico's legislative body."
Most people understand that. The people having to do with borders and illegal immigration and immigration of any kind, they understand exactly what that is. But we purposely said we wouldn't mention it for a little while.
CBS News has learned the U.S. and Mexico discussed what's called a safe third country agreement, which would force Central American immigrants to seek asylum in Mexico instead of the U.S. That specific agreement would need to be approved by Mexico's legislature. With the tariffs against Mexico on hold, the president shifted his focus to China. The U.S. already has put a 25% tariff on $250 billion worth of Chinese goods, and the president is considering the same tariff on an additional $300 billion worth of imports.
From our standpoint, the best deal we can have is 25% on $600 billion, okay?
President Trump says he'll make the decision on the additional tariffs after meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping later this month. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And China's government would not confirm whether President Xi will meet with President Trump at the G20 summit this month. President Trump says if the meeting doesn't happen, then they'll definitely slap on additional tariffs. Democrats who control the House are launching a series of hearings this week, taking a closer look at special counsel Robert Mueller's report. This afternoon, the Judiciary Committee plans to focus on what they're calling presidential obstruction and other crimes. Former White House counsel for President Richard Nixon, John Dean, will be testifying. Some congressional Democrats are hoping the hearings will lay the groundwork for impeachment proceedings against President Trump. The president referred to Dean on Twitter as a sleazebag attorney and said again that there was no collusion or obstruction. In more local news, students in Sun Prairie helped build a home for Habitat for Humanity. The students started construction on the home at 1108 Chicory Way last winter. The home will be dedicated later today. It's the first ever partnership between the Sun Prairie Area School District and Habitat for Humanity of Dane County. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Can you tell the difference between a key lime and a regular lime? You'll be able to in about 90 seconds. It's not unusual for us to find key lime pie on our favorite restaurant menu or in the freezer case at the market. But do you know what makes key limes different from regular limes? Here are some regular limes, also known as Persian limes. As you can see, their skin is deep green and they're about the size of a billiard ball. And when you taste them, get ready to pucker up. Now these are key limes. See how much smaller they are? And their skin is lighter and much thinner. As for the taste, it's a bit smoother and milder, which makes them perfect for the cupcakes we're whipping up today. After baking a white cake mix that we've taken up a notch by adding some key lime juice and zest, we cut a hole in the center of each one with an apple core or a paring knife. Then we fill these with some canned key lime pie filling before topping them with a homemade buttercream. A few graham cracker crumbs go on top, and there you have it. Everything you love about a key lime pie in the form of a cupcake. I really do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our key lime pie cupcakes so you can enjoy the goodness of summer all year long. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tasty pucker-up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, a sunny and breezy start to your work week. Meteorologist Chris Reese has your first alert forecast when we come back. Our Call for Action phone bank is open right now, ready to take on your consumer issues. You can call our hotline. Volunteers will help you with any consumer complaints. The number is 608-270-2833. The service is open every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 11 and 1. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 138 points. The NASDAQ up 117. And the S&P 500 gaining 21 points at the noon hour. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee out of the radio barn today, so here are your farm numbers. It's time now for the weather. Chris Reese over in the Weather Center with a sunny forecast for today at least.
That's right. We had some cloud cover earlier today, but Mark, that all moving off towards the south and east, replacing our skies with plenty of blue. This is also taking a lot of the rain chances with it as well. That rain now over parts of the eastern Great Lakes and really just the overall eastern third of the country, getting in on showers and thunderstorms throughout eastern Ohio over towards the nation's capital, and then eventually that's going to work its way towards the northeast. But in the meantime, we are very quiet here in Wisconsin. High resolution Doppler free of any types of showers or thunderstorms, and even that cloud cover really rolling on out. Now what we do have are what I call the decorator clouds. These are just your puffy cumulus clouds that develop into the afternoon, but typically you don't see any kind of rainfall with this. They're just the markers and signs of a gorgeous afternoon, and folks, that's going to be the story for us. Temperatures right now, we're at 68 degrees. Those winds coming out of the north and northwest at about 15 miles per hour. I do think we'll warm probably by about another 5 degrees today. The humidity is low as well. That air is dry and that sunshine is certainly shining down on you. 72 in Janesville, Lone Rock, Mineral Point, and Platteville all at 70, La Crosse at 74, and then we still have some pockets of folks that are still into the mid-60s. Juneau at 66 degrees right now. Here's the high pressure though. That is what is staying in control, pushing this cold front with the cloud cover and the rain chances off towards the east. This high pressure stays in control going through tonight and into early tomorrow. But what we're going to start watching is this region of low pressure that's going to slide in south from Canada. That's going to start to increase our rain chances, especially Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. So your forecast for the middle of the week is actually becoming increasingly more damp, and we'll watch those rain chances, especially as the kids get ready to get out of school Tuesday and Wednesday and want to make those outdoor plans. But let's bring you closer to home and just time things out for you. Again, this afternoon, very clear. So if you want to eat dinner outside, it's a great afternoon to do it. 73 to 74 degrees for your highs, and then we make up with a comfortable night as well. Temperatures are going to be into the low 50s, maybe some upper 40s. This is a good turn the AC off kind of night. Maybe open the windows and let the breeze help you on out. Tuesday, the clouds start to increase, and then by Tuesday afternoon, that's when I do believe we begin to see those chances for showers and thunderstorms. That'll be the case again into Wednesday as well. And while I don't see a total, utter washout, I do think Wednesday is going to be more of a wet day. So whatever outdoor plans you may have on Wednesday, maybe have an indoor backup plan for that as that comes on through. In fact, it's going to be cooler as well. Temperatures are only going to be into the 60s as we'll have that chance for some showers. Eventually, that rolls on out. We'll get some dry weather for Thursday into Friday, and then we'll watch another rain chance that's trying to move in for the weekend. There's a little bit of a struggle on timing with that among the models, but nonetheless, we are certainly watching it. So we have that slight storm chance on Saturday with the storm chance into Sunday. Notice though, temperatures are very, very nice as we go through the next 7 to 10 days. That little cool down Wednesday into Thursday, but then we bounce right back up into the 70s, and then eventually the 80s will return by next week as well. So a couple rain chances, but nothing that's unheard of for summer. This is honestly very typical for what our weather should be this time of the year.
The last day of school for Madison schools is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, yes. And for the high school students, that's the makeup day. So a lot of them get out on Tuesdays. Okay. So, yeah.
62 and rainy.
Yeah,
welcome
I know.
To summer. Thanks, Chris. Ahead on News 3 Now at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call 270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here taking your plant and garden questions. 270-9933. Welcome to you.
Hello.
Brought some perennials along.
Perennials and annuals.
Yeah,
yes, because Friday's the first day of summer, so we have some like bright, happy colors. So I've got, this is an Asiatic lily, and this is an annual salvia, great for butterflies. And this is a penstemon and lantana. Just, I like the colors.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
Yeah.
Now's the time to get them out there.
Absolutely.
Lots of calls, so let's start with Richard in Baraboo. Hi, Richard.
Hi.
Hi, which question?
We have 2 burning bush out in the backyard that we've had for approximately 20 years. We thought over the winter that they had died, and about 3 weeks ago, the leaves started coming out on the bottom third of both of them, but nothing else on the top 2/3. What can we do with them now?
Well, I think we've seen a lot of damage on burning bush this year, and I wonder if it's not necessarily the winter, but all that wet weather that we had last summer. Burning bush hate to have wet feet. And so what you can do is just cut them back. Now that you see where they're leafing out, burning bush will recover very well from the base of the plant. So cut back what's dead, and that might take, you know, a few years for it to be a nice full plant, but it'll get there.
There's one in my neighborhood, the same thing.
Yes, I've been seeing them everywhere.
A huge bush and there's just a little growth on the
Yep.
bottom. All right. Let's go to Steve in Madison. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
What's your question?
I've tried to, we have rabbits galore, and they're eating our plants like crazy. What can we do to either get rid of them or distract them from coming to the plants?
For animals that are eating plants, I like to use a scent repellent as opposed to a taste repellent. I don't even want them tasting the plants and seeing that they taste nasty. So personally, I like to use the granular Repelzol. And instead of putting it right by the plants, I kind of put it away from the plants and build like a scent wall that will help keep them away. Know though that rabbits, like a lot of critters that eat your plants, are, if they're hungry, they can get past anything. So you might want to, you know, change it up right on a regular basis and try different things.
So you have to put it down on a regular basis, or does it stay?
If you have a super heavy rainfall, then you'd want to reapply, but it'll last through normal weather.
Or get a coyote.
Or get a coyote or a dog.
Donald in Stoughton. Hi, Donald. What's your question? Donald, you there?
Yes.
What's your question?
I was looking for morning glories that are not toxic to dogs.
Well, I think that morning glories as a group, as a species, are toxic. So I don't know that there is a variety that is not. And if there is, I don't know that off the top of my head. So why don't you give a call to the plant desk or email them? It's plantdesk@brucecompany.com. And if there is something, they can look that up for you.
Don't take a chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a chance.
All right, Pat in Stoughton. Hi, Pat.
Hi. My question, just 2 quick questions. When to transplant rhubarb and peonies?
Okay. So peonies you want to transplant at the end of August or early September. That's the best time. Cut them back, dig them up, and then make sure that when you plant them that the eyes are 1 inch or 2 below the surface of the soil, not any deeper than that. Rhubarb, the best time to transplant that is in the spring, just as it starts to come up.
Just the opposite.
Just the opposite, yes.
All right. Lee in Janesville. Hi, what's your question?
Yes, I wondered if Bethlehem sage was invasive, or does it mainly clump?
Most of the sages tend to be clumpers, although I think the Bethlehem sage, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that it seeds pretty readily, which would be where how it spreads. So the easiest way to stop plants that seed freely is to make sure that the flowers don't go to seed. So as things are done blooming, cut them back, do some deadheading, and that should take care of it.
All right, let's go to Donna in Madison. Hi, Donna.
Hi there.
Hi, what's your question?
Well, Lisa, you talked about how there's a problem with burning bushes not liking wet roots. Is the same thing true of forsythias? Because our beautiful forsythias look like they've all died this year.
I haven't seen a lot of problems with forsythia this year, and they tend to be a little bit easier to deal with. But again, that is a plant that should come back from the base. So If you have anything that is, we've seen a lot of problems on Japanese maples, a lot of things. Now is the time that you could cut that back, and that will stimulate growth from the base of the plant, from the roots, if they're well established.
They will come back.
Yes,
if they're well established.
If they're well established, yes.
All right. We are out of time. If you're on the line, stay there. Lisa will talk to you off the air. Lots of calls today.
It was a busy day.
It's busy. It's that time of year.
It is.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Stay. Here's Chris with the final check of your forecast.
Hey, plenty of sunshine as we go through the rest of this afternoon. That view that you see behind me, that's going to be the theme. Blue skies, a few decorator clouds. We'll watch a chance for showers and thunderstorms moving in Tuesday night and throughout the day on Wednesday. But by Thursday and Friday, folks, we do dry out. That may last into early Saturday before another rain chance this weekend. Temperatures stay comfortable.
All right, enjoy today the way it looks. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon, everybody.